Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? My name is Kent, and I talk about the EOS blockchain. And actually, it's a pretty nice evening tonight. Might as well talk about the weather. There's not much else to talk about. I'm only kidding. There's a lot to talk about, and we're going to get to it here real quick. But it's a little bit warmer than it's been in the previous nights. But what I want to talk about tonight, and let's talk about what there is to talk about, because there are some developments, even though most of the developments are negative, like I spoke with the other day. I think one of the things I read about was Dan Lermer was talking about how EOS Bet could modify their smart contracts. I think he was talking about combining them. It's one of the few tweets, or one of the little bit of social media that I've seen Dan Lermer do here recently. And of course, he's got to be careful what he says, because everything can be taken out of context, even if he talks about ideas that he has for the future of EOS and maybe some other things. It all gets taken out of context, and people say that he's taken off for another project and stuff like that. So he's got to be pretty careful about what he says. That's one thing that's been talked about here recently. Second thing's been talked about is, I think the guy from Cardano is talking about how EOS might have problems with the Security and Exchange Commission, which I said the other night I don't agree with. And I also think it's interesting that he's making that accusation and not somebody else. I mean, he's actually, I don't know if you call him a competitor or not. I wouldn't think that there's any competitors in blockchain, because they're all working towards the common goal of making the blockchain more mainstream. So if you're all doing that, they shouldn't have anybody that's trying to badmouth anybody else. That's another thing going on. Let me think if I can think of anything else that's going on. Of course, the price, which is $1.82, I think the last time I checked. And I want to talk just recently, that's what I want to talk about tonight in tonight's video. So I want to talk about the fact that Block One raised $4 billion. And so far as I'm concerned, they probably still have quite a bit of that money left. I know they've invested in some projects, or have some investment plans with some other investment VCs like Galaxy Digital and some of those other places. So they're taking some of that money and they're investing it. But by and large, they should still have quite a bit of that money left. That's a lot of money, $4 billion. I've had a lot of people, or heard a lot of people speculate about where the money's at, what they did with it. So, but the fact of the matter is that you're investing in a token at $1.82, which I think there's 1 billion tokens available. And in my math, that's $1.82 billion worth of value with a token that raised $4 billion. So there's a lot of money someplace that that's going to be able to help EOS. A lot of money that's going to be able to promote EOS. So, and I think that's what you're going to see in the future. You're going to see some huge investments by Block One in trying to make the blockchain work better. And you know, if EOS feels like they're under any kind of scrutiny of the Security and Exchange Commission, the last thing they're going to want to do is not use the money properly. So I would guarantee you that they're going to be very conservative with the money, and they're going to use it wisely, because if they feel like there's any allegations out there by the Security and Exchange Commission about misusing funds or raising funds for projects that didn't get completed, or never were intended to get completed, or never were intended to do what they said they were going to do, even though they said they were going to do nothing, you still might be a little bit careful about that. So you might make sure you use the money properly. So I would say investing at $1.82 is a pretty good idea, when really the cash price would be $4. So if there's they raise $4 billion and there's 1 billion shares, 1 billion tokens, the price should really be, the basic price should be $4 because of the money they have available to them for investment and for the use on the blockchain. So at $1.82 is a pretty good deal. It's half of what the money they raised as far as their investment's concerned, or what it is that EOS has raised that they can use to make the blockchain work better. So I think that's a pretty good deal. I thought it was a good deal at $4. I think it's even a better deal at $1.82. Like I say, if they feel like the Security Exchange Commission has any issues with them, which I don't think they do. I mean, they did everything they could possibly do to make themselves clean by making all the disclosures and saying they weren't you know, didn't offer it in the United States. I don't think they offered it in China, and they tried to meet all the hurdles that you would meet to do something like that. So I don't think they have an issue with that. But if they, is Hawkinson's claims, if they do, you know, I'm sure they're going to be playing it pretty well, because there's a lot at stake. So anyway, like at $1.82, you're buying a pretty reasonable value. Raised $4 billion, and you're paying $1.82 billion. That's where the price is right now. I appreciate you watching.